Trade deadline is a little after Halloween, but it's going to start heating up all over. We know Adam Peters is going to be aggressive. He said in his opening presser, I want to be involved. I want to know what's going on. Doesn't mean I'm going to always do stuff, but he's making calls. He's checking, making a list and checking it twice, like Santa.
Do you think Adam is like us? Start the season off like, hey, we're gonna wait, we're gonna build, we're gonna stockpile, and all of a sudden, oh man, we're there. We're close. We gotta change course.
I don't know. I do think he has a long-term vision, but there are things that could align with both a long-term vision and winning, right? Like there are good young players out there that could be a part of the plan that you can get to a contract extension or whatever. Like multiple ththings can be true at once, and we are cognizant of that. So here's the opportunity for everybody. You got a trade? Let's hear it.
Suggest it.
It's got to get through me and B.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be the easy one.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Let's hear it. Let's start with our guy, DNC. I feel like DNC must have got a new job. He doesn't call anymore. Hello, Darren. How you been, bro?
Been feeling good, feeling great, man. How you doing, man? I appreciate y'all taking my call, man.
Hey, man, we missed you, buddy.
Hey, same here, brother. Same here, man. We got to link up and come back on the Breaking the Man show, man, because I was speaking with Late Lewis, with my lead host, DH, about, changing over this roster. And I brought it up again in the post-game show with my guy, Wale. If the Browns were going into a fire sale, I would send them draft capital for Denzel Ward first and foremost, but then there's another guy on the roster. But Denzel Ward most importantly, to help with the secondary woes that we have. So I wouldn't mind sending them maybe a first, but I would start off with a second.
Denzel Ward on a god-awful Cleveland team. Ward's a baller. You're saying you send a second. Now I'm getting you the contract status of Denzel Ward, Brian, because there's more to the puzzle here. Ward signed a 5-year extension in 22. So this year you'd have to figure out the cap this year because that's a problem. Next year, he's $25 million on the cap. He's got 12.5 guaranteed. The guarantees expire after 26. So you can start to get out of that thing. Contractually, you could definitely do it. I'm going to give you some injury history on Denzel Ward. He's played all 6 games this season. This is in a stat that's not necessarily easy to compile, B. Denzel Ward has 10 passes defense this year. In 6 games, he's knocked away 10 passes.
All right.
1 quarterback hit, 11 tackles. You're not bringing in a tackler. You're bringing in a legit CB1 cover corner.
Yep.
2nd round pick for Denzel Ward, Brian Mitchell.
I will definitely make the call. And if they want to go with a second, I could probably make that move. Nothing else.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't go to 1.
No, you're not getting the 1.
Now, the only thing I'm saying is we're used to the 1st round pick being top 10, top 15. Depending how this thing tracks, you're talking about a 24th pick, a 26th pick. Does that impact your decision?
No.
So you won't go to 1, but you'll go to 2.
He can have 2.
All right. DNC, I think you got a deal, buddy.
Ding, 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 ding. With chicken dinner.
All right. Thank you, Darren. That was a good one. I don't know that it happens. Cleveland would be smart to do a fire sale because they're a train wreck and they're probably going to fire the coach and they're stuck with Deshaun Watson. And that contract is so onerous that maybe you want to clear some space. That started what I expected to be a completely irrational, insane segment. Started very sane.
Yeah. Now let's go insane.
Okay. Let's try Lou. Lou, what up?
Hey, what's going on?
What up, man?
APB. I'm interested in the guys that we have on the side, like on the street, J.C. Jackson, Devin White. There's some other guys that I could go on the list. I would I would entertain Myles Garrett for a first round pick. I wouldn't give up no first or second for no Denzel Ward. I don't. If we're gonna do that, I mean, you got to go aggressive, get somebody else that's better than him. If you're gonna give up the first round, I just don't see him being, I don't know, a top shutdown corner. I just don't see it if it's worth it giving them a first or second round. But you got guys, J.C. Jackson, who have more interceptions than we have in the past 5 seasons. He's on the sideline. Why are we not going after him? You talk about Benjamin St. Jude. He's trash. Forbes, I don't know, man. He's questionable. But that's the guys I'm looking at. I'm looking at the guys that's not playing. I wouldn't give up no draft pick for no rental players. So, is that something you guys?
You just want them to sign guys that are currently available and not shop in the expensive aisle. Is that basically right?
Yeah,
I don't necessarily disagree with that, Lou. And thank you for the call, bud. Always good to hear from you, bud. Frankly, I think that's what they're going to do. I don't see them giving up a lot of assets in the first year. Here's another part of this. And Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, they don't strike me as self-preservation guys. Mm-hmm. They strike me as we're going to win guys.
There you go.
But in the off chance you were a self-preservationist, you don't want to go all in right away.
No, you don't.
Because then all the pressure's there right away.
You don't want to go all in, but then again, there's also a flip side of this thing. Will the other people want to trade with you? We're saying what we want to give and offer. Would they be willing to accept
it? That is obviously part of it.
Major part of it.
Obviously. But you got to be calling. Yeah, always be closing. Let's go to Cairo is in Ashburn. What up, Cairo?
Hey there, what's going on?
Well, man.
My vote would be sending, I would say, a conditional third to Carolina for J.C. Horn. I feel like just how he's been playing this season in terms of yards allowed per catch and just, how he locks up receivers. I just think he's a good fit for what we need. What we need desperately is a secondary. Not to say that what we have is terrible. I think St. Juice is probably our most mechanically sound corner, but he's just not good at covering number ones. So I just think he would really help us cover the number one receivers on opposing teams, and St. Juice could do a good job on the number two receivers.
I don't think you're wrong. And Carolina, because of that Bryce Young trade, certainly needs the help. They lack draft picks. Same as Cleveland, honestly, because they had to give up a ton to get Deshaun. I like, in theory, let's go get the good players from the really bad teams because they're a train wreck and maybe they just need to make a deal. Mm-hmm. J.C. Horn, I believe next year is the rookie option. So you don't have the long-term contract in place with Horn that you have with Ward. I would think whatever the compensation, the draft picks, second, I don't know. Would you want Horn versus Ward?
I want more control over the player when I get him. So if I'm going with a 1-year kind of a rental, and if Horn is going to be somebody, how much are you willing? Because if you go get Horn, you have to be thinking about an extension as well.
And dude, for me,
and how much is that going to cost?
Horn has also missed a lot of time.
Yeah.
Only played 3 games as a rookie. Only played 6 games last year. To me, Ward is the clear-cut guy because durability and the contract situation.
Yeah.
And I would probably pay more for that. All right. Landfill or Jeff, do either of you guys have a trade you'd like to propose?
I don't have a proposal, but I just want to say that I agree that definitely if they're going to be making a move, it's got to be for a guy who can be here for multiple years because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me for just like a 1-year rental.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just a guy away from contending or something. They could be maybe next year, maybe the year after that a player that they could acquire here could be a big part of that team. But I would not be pleased if they go out there and get some kind of rental.
Rental would be cheap, right? But it doesn't strike me as how these dudes operate. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it'll be fascinating to watch how it shakes out.
Yep.
Cornelius is in DC.
Get your popcorn ready.
What up, Corn?
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, JP? What's up, BMitch?
What's up, brother?
My man, I would like to go get Jalen Ramsey from Miami. Y'all not playing Forbes right now. I actually like Forbes. I would love to play him, but they're not playing him. So send Forbes. They ain't playing Jamin Davis. Send him on and throw a third-round pick in there and bring Jalen on in here.
Hang on.
I know
hang on,
Jalen
Big
got a
Corn.
little diva.
Hang on. You think they're getting a third rounder for Jamin Davis at this point?
Yeah, Jamin and
No,
Forbes.
no. I'm saying send Jamin Davis and Forbes to Miami for Jalen Ramsey and throw a third in there too, because Jalen Ramsey's still a dog.
So
you think about that?
You send Forbes, Jamin, and a third, and get back Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Miami hangs up the phone.
Oh, you don't think that's enough?
No. Do you?
Damn. I mean, come on. We got 2 first rounders and a third. I mean,
here's the problem. We saw this with Jahan, right? The draft value of a player only lasts as long as there is tape on that player. So they came out of college, they were first round picks. But now they are not. And the NFL market is not going to pay based on their college tape and combine evaluation.
Mm-hmm. No, it's going to go based off of what they've done.
So what can we throw in there, man? we got to throw something else in there.
I like where your head's at, Corn. I do.
We need help in the secondary bad, man.
Yeah. Ramsey.
You're right.
Dude, if the conversation so far has been J.C. Horn, Denzel Ward, and now you're bringing Jalen Ramsey into it, that's a no for me, dog. He's on his 4th NFL team, at least his 3rd.
Yeah,
he's 30. He's missed time.
He destroys chemistry.
He did.
Yeah,
you do have contract run on this. He just signed a 3-year deal in September, only like 30 guaranteed. It was basically like a 1-year guaranteed deal with some money attached to it the following years. It's a no for me. I don't know where you're at, B.
I just think when you got a guy in that many teams that quick with that much talent, something wrong with him. I don't want nobody coming in the locker room that's going to destroy what they got built.
He won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and they still got rid of him. That's a no from me, dog. Now it's only fair because he's texted it to me 8 billion times. To get this Ahmet Buda Baker some run here.
I don't think the problem is the safeties.
The Cardinals.
I don't think the problem is the safeties.
In the secondary.
Yeah. Buda plays safety, right?
Yes.
You don't have a problem in safety. Why you want to go get another safety? You need some cover corners.
I don't know. I think you're right that the corners have been worse than the safeties. But Buda's also better than what they've got. Like, you can get better, too, and maybe that helps everybody else. Ahmet's thing is Buda Baker for a 3rd. He's in the last year of his deal. So you got to get a contract extension.
That's another one. We want years on landfill.
Buda for a
landfill,
3rd.
He's on the radio. He can't shake his head. And people hear
We have so much visual communication on a purely audio medium. It's kind of funny. Buda Baker for a 3rd, Jeffrey.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not for it because, like you said, we want years, but that is also someone who would impact the secondary as soon as he comes in. So it's like a meh to me.
Ahmed has
fine without it.
Ahmed has another one. Charvarius Ward, corner for the Niners going into the last year of his deal. The Niners, I go back to the Ayuk thing. They're looking to win now. I don't think they're dealing guys, even though they're about to get real top heavy against the cap. I like Ward, though. I mean, to me, this is like the opposite of Jalen Ramsey, who bounces around. Ward has been from the Chiefs to the Niners. He's got a ring. Those are winning organizations. We'll keep this going, right? We got nowhere to go. Okay, cool.
Right.
If you're on the phone, stay there. I'm gonna get one more in. JoJo in
JoJo,
Hyattsville.
what's
What up,
up?
JoJo?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks for taking my call.
What's happening?
Hey, I just want to say you don't trade any of your top 3 picks for an in-season trade. In-season trades never work out in the NFL. It's not the NBA. It's not baseball. It doesn't work out in the NFL for some reason. But I think you try to go get a logjam talent, like a Ryan Clark type guy. I'm not saying a safety. I agree we don't really need safety help. But somebody with some talent that's behind real talent. They've been seeing what a superstar does, and they have talent as well. I trust that Adam Peters might go get talent that we've never heard of, like people that we would know from the preseason, local fans would know, but nobody nationally would know.
I could certainly see that, dude. Like, actually, I mean, to your point, JoJo, they are absolutely going to bring some people in that, by and large, 95% of us have never heard of. That's going to happen. That'll happen today. I mean, there's probably going to be I'll check my email real quick. There will probably be a press release today about some roster moves. Like,
Yeah.
things are going to happen. Now, what that means definitively for the trade market, I don't know. I think, honestly, Brian, I'm curious what you say to this. I wonder what the John Allen injury does to their mindset about being aggressive over these next 2 weeks. You know, listen, Allen's not playing in the contract this year, but he's still one of their 10 best players, and you just lost him for the year.
You lost for the year, but I think also now, if they decide, let's see what Mathis and Newton do. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And the other kid that's, on the practice squad, if you can go with that, cool.
Well, it's kind of funny. I mean, preseason and training camp, everybody wanted Jamin cut. He makes the team. Now he's inactive. People are screaming, why isn't Jamin getting playing time? Yeah. People love having these contract conversations. Fans are obsessed with the salary cap, which is kind of bizarre. But everybody's wondered, hey, Allen has no guaranteed money next year. How will that impact? Is this John's last year? Now he's done, and that people want to talk about it, but they have no idea what's going to be on the other side of that page.
Yeah.
You know? Also, not to get annoying, but if you look, the Panthers are a train wreck. They're 1-5. They've been way better since they put Dalton in.
Yeah.
They're capable of scoring.
True.
And specifically, they're running the ball pretty well. They've gone for at least $114 since they made that move. 2 weeks ago against the Bengals, they went for 155 on the ground. Now, I don't know that Carolina's going to be able to slow down Washington's offense, but Chuba Hubbard, is that right? Chuba Hubbard? He's got almost 500 yards rushing in 6 games. He's, averaging, this kid's averaging 5.5 a carry, B. His total yards from scrimmage.
And we have to be concerned about that.
His total yards from scrimmage, just think about this. The first 2 weeks when they started young, they were so bad that everything was affected, right? Like, it was so bad that everything sucked. Since then is largely when the offense has ticked up. He's got 578 from scrimmage. He's got 578 yards from scrimmage, kind of in 4 games.
Rushing and receiving?
Yes.
All right.
3 touchdowns. Now, he's put the ball on the ground twice, so keep that in mind, too. Going to be an immediate test, I'd say, without Allen in.